Stay out my way, dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. It's your boy Sim, that is, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks get a big win over the Milwaukee Bucks. And I'm here to talk about it for a short time. I'm here for a short time, not a long time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A short time, not a long time. I'll jump back on tomorrow, though. Maybe with Tony, maybe with Zay or somebody. And, talk a little bit more in depth. But it's got to be a short one tonight. Queens Court's tomorrow. Remember that. All right. Look for a link tomorrow, too, to reserve a lounge for a playoff game 1 or 2. All right. The Knicks right now, ladies and gentlemen, are in the 4th seed. They actually moved up to the 4th seed with a win tonight because, obviously, Milwaukee lost. They're still in the 2nd seed, but Milwaukee lost and Cleveland lost. All right, so Cleveland dropped all the way down to the 5th seed. Orlando is now in the 3rd seed. With 4 games left for the New York Knicks, this thing can juggle anyway because the Knicks are just 1 game behind Milwaukee now in the standings. So this was a very good win for the Knicks tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A big win for the Knicks tonight. Space Ghost said a statement win for the Knicks tonight. Maybe it was a big one. I'll say that. You know, Milwaukee's not playing well. I think this is their 6th loss in a row. You know what I mean? So they're not playing all that well. It would have been beautiful. It really would have been beautiful if Orlando would have lost tonight. Right? But Chicago, while they dusted us off, couldn't take care of Orlando tonight. The Knicks would have beaten Orlando. The Knicks would be in the 6th seed instead of the Orlando Magic. But right now, the Knicks are in the 4th seed. Right? If the playoffs were to stop, if the regular season were to stop today, they'd be playing the Cleveland Cavaliers once again. This time they'd be the 4th seed and the Cavs would be the 5th seed. The Knicks are a half game above the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, they're still, they're tied with the Orlando Magic, 46-32. You look at the next game for each team, it could go either way. Right? It could go either way. But a big win for the New York Knicks tonight. I got my man Nick from Jersey on the line. Nick, what's poppin' with you, brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, Sam? How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I feel good, man. You know, the Knicks get a much-needed big win tonight over the Milwaukee Bucks. 4 games left to the season. 4 games left. Big win tonight.
Hell of a win. And I think it's important because if we see these guys in the playoffs, it showed that this team can beat their team.
Okay.
We could beat them on their team. And I was watching it on the Milwaukee Bucks stream tonight because I'm without MSG for now.
Right.
And their broadcasters all game were talking about the lack of mental toughness with the team. They were quoting Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers has been saying that they don't have toughness. They lack that certain something. I think that the Bucks, you punch them in the mouth and they fall down. And I think what happened with Middleton was kind of a metaphor for what happens to their whole team. You punch them in their mouth and they collapse, man.
Right.
So I think if we face these guys in the second round in that 2-3 matchup or whatever it may be, we're going to take one of those first 2 games on the road. And I would actually prefer to be the 3rd seed against them as the 2nd seed because we're definitely taking either game 1 or game 2 in that second round.
Yeah, that would we have confidence against this team. Obviously, they have a lot of talent over there, kind of top heavy. But the Knicks have proven the last 2 times they played them that they can beat them. Even with Chris Middleton going down, they've, proven that they can beat them. Listen, the playoffs obviously is a different beast, but it's good to have that confidence under your belt, like you said. Because with the way
Oh,
things are going, there's
absolutely.
the chance the Knicks have to face Milwaukee in the first round with the way things are going.
In the first round?
Not
Oh,
in the
you mean
first round,
you mean
second round,
4-5
second
round?
round, second round, second round. My bad, second
Second
round.
one, yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
chance.
yeah. I mean, anything could happen right now. I mean, my personal preference would be right now would be the third seed and to face Indiana instead of Miami or Philly,
Right.
and or Orlando. I think Orlando versus Indiana is a toss up, but I want that third spot because I'm confident against Indiana, and you know what it is with the Knicks. They control the pace of the game, man, and we're now 42-4 when we have a 10-point lead in a game, which is crazy in today's NBA.
Yeah.
That's crazy statistic.
That is.
10-point leads are nothing.
Right. That's crazy. That's crazy. The thing is, can we do what we did tonight consistently every time we step on the floor? That's what I get afraid of with this team because we have so many role players, trying to step up and play and play bigger roles. I get scared that we can't have this type of performance every time we step out there on the floor. Right? We needed this against Chicago. It didn't happen. It happened tonight against Milwaukee. We need it to happen again on the 9th, whenever that, a couple of days from now against Chicago again,
Yeah, I think we're going to close out the season with 4 straight wins here. I think we're going to take these 2 against Chicago. We're going to beat Brooklyn, and I think we're going to beat the Boston bench team. We'll see, but I think we're going to finish the season with 50 wins.
Okay.
And that third seed going in hot. And yeah, man, it's just amazing. Brunson's amazing. DiVincenzo 8 for 11 from 3 is just absolutely. I mean, I'm not comparing him to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's an all-time great shooter, but Klay Thompson's best season in the NBA was 22 points per game on 44% from 3. That was his best season. Dante DiVincenzo right now as a starter is 18 points a game on 42% from 3. So it's pretty close. And he's making 10 million instead of 50 million. So we got a guy who could stretch the floor, who could go 8 for 11. And, if we could do this in the playoffs, it's like it's really just going to come down to whether or not we're going to hit our open shots, because we will get open shots because they're going to throw everybody they can at Brunson.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Brunson, 43 points tonight. I mean, he's been carrying this team on his back. He does have some. Listen, even on his off nights, he's dropping 30 plus. I mean, he's in straight MVP mode. You know what I mean? Every time he steps on the floor.
He's getting 30 points in his sleep, and he's doing it efficiently.
Exactly.
And this is the first game in a long time where he's actually gotten to the line. I mean, Damian Lillard tonight went 4 for 11 and 1 for 7 from 3, and somehow ended up with 23 points because, you sneeze on the guy, they put him on the line.
Right.
He almost had more free throws than the entire Knicks team. We had 8 more points in the paint. We had 15 more shots than the Bucks, and we had 10 less free throws. I mean, it's just like I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I'm not going to say that there's a conspiracy against it, but we just don't get all the calls that we should get. And then you got Giannis on the other end, bulldozing people, not getting called for a charge, carrying the ball with every dribble.
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
sometimes it's like that's what we're going to have to go up against in the playoffs. But Brunson just has a way of maintaining control of the game. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It definitely is. It's a beautiful thing to watch, man. Nick, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your time.
Take care, guys.
All right, peace. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nick from Jersey. And yeah, a very, very good win tonight. Josh, in parentheses, said, big win every time we win, tough loss every time we lose. And at this point in the season, yes, very much so, Josh. Very, very much so. Right? We won this game, so it helped us remain in the 4th seed instead of, dropping down to the 5th seed or staying at the 5th seed. We move up to the 4th seed. Right? We lose the game. I mean, right now, the standings, we're juggling. Everything's a juggle in the standings right now. So, yeah, every time we win, it's a big win. Every time we lose, it's a tough loss. Chicago was a tough loss. I mean, doesn't that make sense? Come on, Joshua, where you at, bro? My man Tony Crow in the building. What's popping with you, Tony?
Hey, it makes sense to me, son.
Yeah, I don't know.
I said it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know
Shout
what
out to
Josh's
the
talking
chat.
about.
Yo, Black is time.
No doubt about it, man. Yeah, good, great. Nice win from the Knicks. Again, though, they got down double digits before they had to come back. This continues to happen. The last 3-4 games, the Knicks have gotten down double digits, then they got to battle back. As a matter of fact, I was watching it on NBA TV, and they were talking about, can the Knicks make another comeback? I hate having to battle back. We talked about it on the last stream, with so many, as hard as the Knicks have got to work to get a lead or to win games, to have to battle back, it makes it that much tougher. You know what I mean? Makes it that much tougher. But they did it tonight. They battled back. They won. Jalen Brunson, 43 points, 8 assists. Dante DiVincenzo, 26 points. Shot 50% from the field. I'm sorry, DiVincenzo shot 57% from the field. Brunson shot 50% from the field. DiVincenzo, 8 for 11 from the three-point line. Isaiah Hartenstein had 18 points and 10 rebounds. OG, 4 points. I'll talk about OG later. Josh Hart, 7 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. Bogdanovich had 15 points. I liked, at a point in time, Tom Thibodeau had a lineup with Brunson, OG, Bogdanovich, Mitchell Robinson, and somebody else. I don't remember who it was, but it may have been Josh Hart. But it was a good lineup. You know what I'm saying? They were able to match some of the size of the Milwaukee Bucks. But Tony, your thoughts on the game? I see someone say about the losers line. I don't know what Tony's schedule is like. I probably have to do it tomorrow morning because I'm on a short leash tonight. I got my grandkids upstairs. You know what I'm saying? And on a short leash.
Hit me up, Sim. I'm available. It's already in the link.
Bet. So what's your thoughts on tonight's game, man?
Not trying to be funny, but big win. You know what I mean? Like, division game. We still, could possibly catch them. I think we're a game behind them after this win.
Mm-hmm. We're one game behind them. 1 game behind them.
And just to take a step back, you're right. It sucks to fight from behind, but we tend to. The good thing is we get behind, we fight. You know what I mean? Even in these losses, they ended up being like 1-2 possession games by the end. You know what I mean? Even with us going down. So I mean, it shows the resiliency of this team. Tonight, this is probably the most production that we've gotten across the board, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, everybody really contributed from Bogey to Mitch back contributed, Hartenstein, Hart, DiVincenzo, you know what I mean? Like across the board, great team win. And that's what we're gonna need moving forward. You know what I mean? That's what we're gonna need to succeed in the playoffs. Brunson's still gonna have to do what he does, but we're gonna need contributions all across the board.
Right. Nah, I agree with that 100%.
And Deuce, I forgot Deuce.
Yeah,
was Precious hurt?
Deuce, man. No, Precious played 4 minutes. 57.
He did,
I don't know what happened.
Tell and tell.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell and tell.
Say that again.
I think it's a telling tale.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like between him and Bogey is probably gonna fluctuate depending on the need on a given game or the production on a given game.
Right. This. I mean, it's a strong win from the Knicks, right? I still think we need more from OG. I know I've seen someone in the chat say I gave him a pass because he played good defense on Giannis, and I'm just talking offensively. He's such a passive offensive player. You know what I mean? I feel like this team, to be successful, needs him to be a little bit more aggressive offensively because he does have a skill set. You know what I mean? He drove to the basket on a play today, kicked it out to Dante DiVincenzo, right? Nice drive. You know, those are things like OG. He can do that. It's the mindset. But I feel like this team is going to need him. He had 8 shot attempts the last game. He had 10 shot attempts this game, which was third on the team. You know, I would like to see him up towards 15 or 16 shot attempts per game. And I think he's going to have to force a few.
I agree. But right now, I think the most important thing is just for him to definitely remain efficient. I agree. He has the ability to kind of get to his spots and have a nice mid-range pull-up. We saw that tonight. We've seen it before. I think he does. It's like a fine line in between, because is it going to be at the detriment of shots from? I mean, I guess he could get a couple of Josh Hart shots. You know what I mean? But
I mean,
other than that,
yeah.
We like the aggression from DiVincenzo.
Mm-hmm. But
I think Bogey, we're gonna need more from him.
Yeah,
in his minutes.
But I don't think it takes shots away from anyone, because
you think he turns them down.
Yeah, I think he turns down his opportunities to take shots or penetrate or create. You know what I'm saying? Which is the reason why you see other guys get, you know, a higher number of shot attempts. OG, I just feel turns down those. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to force much.
All right, this is what I'll say, and this is where I agree with you. He has to understand that he's the second option, right? Third option at best.
Right.
So maybe the decision making as far as who he's passing to, who he's giving up shots for. You know what I mean? So if you're not giving up a shot for Brunson, DiVincenzo, you need to take that.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that pecking order type decision making.
And even if you have Brunson and DiVincenzo, if you have the lane, you know what I'm saying? If you have the better opportunity, attack it. You know what I mean?
Hard.
And I mean, and the thing is, before he went out with his elbow injury, I thought that I saw him attacking and playing that way a little bit more, right? I thought he was getting a little bit more comfortable and creating his own shot every once in a while.
For nothing simple. Before the injury, the whole team seemed to be
no doubt about that.
Know what I mean? Like Randall was playing his best. OG was being aggressive.
Yeah.
It was looking looking beautiful.
Like Kevin is saying here, he said, I need McBride aggression in OG. Attack, shoot. Yeah, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and do it. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. We can fix that. But I think the Knicks definitely they're going to need that aggression. They're going to need his assertiveness on the offensive side to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Because it adds, he can't be a bystander. That's what I feel he is sometimes, just a bystander. All right, if it gets kicked out to me, cool. If not, that's cool too. I don't think he can be a bystander. You know what I mean? He's gotta be more aggressive.
Do you think the exhaustion that he exerts on defense could be a reason why, you know what I mean? Like, because it may be dependent on the given matchup on that particular day. I'm gonna assume tonight was a handful. You know what I mean? Certain nights is gonna be a handful,
right?
So he's kind of has to pick his spots a little bit more on offense, because all the energy he's exerting on defense.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, if you don't have the energy, you know what I mean, and I don't want to say forcing, but you know what I mean, like, pressing a little bit is more than likely going to end up being a bad shot,
right,
or a short shot.
I mean, I think that could be some of it, but I felt like even before, like when he first got here, like his last 3 games before he went out, I thought he was more aggressive. But when he first got here, he was kind of passive. You know what I mean? And I feel like he's being passive right now. We'll see. Maybe he's just kind of has to get warmed up.
Yeah, and it's
we'll
what,
see.
Second game back, third game
second
back?
Second game back.
Yeah. He might need to get back into that.
Yeah.
That groove, that rhythm.
Right. Spree, what's popping with you, bro? How you feeling?
Tony, Sam, that was a really good win.
Yeah. It's a good
That
one.
was really
It's a
good.
really good one.
A big win.
And big
Yeah.
win, Joshua.
I mean, so a couple things, a couple observations here. Defensively, the versatility that it's one game. I don't want to get crazy, but it was a big win. It was a very big win. But just, I like the ability, Sim. And again, with this Randall thing, we're changing things. Like, we have to change certain things. But, like, when you don't have Randall out there, you do have the ability to do some things defensively that you couldn't otherwise do, because he's throwing out. So obviously Brunson's in the game. He's got Devo at the 2. He closed with Hart at the 3, OG at the 4, and Hartenstein at the 5. That's a lot of good defense on the floor.
Right.
That's a lot of good defense on the floor.
Yeah. I mean,
what's your thoughts on that lineup?
I mean, I like a few of the lineups that Tom Thibodeau put out there tonight to match up with the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? You know, he had some bigger lineups with size.
Mm-hmm.
I like the lineup. You know what I mean? And that's the flexibility of the team, especially with Mitch back and OG back, is to be able to is to be able to flex your lineups and do different things defensively and offensively. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mitch, look, this was the first game I thought Mitch, to me, he started to look a little bit more. I started to see a little bit more movement. Obviously, he got a couple of nice big blocks on Giannis, but I thought this was the first time I saw Mitch like getting his feet a little bit under him. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, definitely. And I also think Mitch is getting more confident just being on the foot. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that it's not going to break when he steps on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know.
How many minutes did Mitch have tonight?
Tonight, Mitchell Robinson had 19 minutes.
Okay.
1909.
All right. No, that's fine. We're easing him in this thing. That's okay. Hartenstein's playing great. That's fine.
Yep. I mean, that's good. You know what I mean? I mean, Hartenstein had a great game tonight. 18 points, 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
I mean, great game for Hartenstein tonight.
I mean, yeah, with that little pocket pass we've been talking about with both Hart and Hartenstein, both of those guys, and especially Hartenstein, he's been making so many good decisions, so many little floaters off of it, and he hits the weak side. I really like that because, you know, Brunson, let's be real. I mean, they couldn't guard Brunson. I didn't understand. They didn't blitz him as much as I thought they would. I don't get that because Brunson was unguardable, but when they do blitz him, Sim, like, I actually am feeling very confident we're going to make the right play out of it right now.
Right. Well, you know, when they blitz him, Josh Hart is not afraid to cut across the middle. DiVincenzo's, you know, can put himself in position to knock down threes. You know what I mean? So we got guys that can make them pay when they double Brunson. You know, and try to take the ball out of his hands early. We do have guys that can make him pay. You know, it's got to be consistent every night. You know, on nights when guys aren't hitting shots from the perimeter, we're going to struggle because we're so perimeter oriented right now. You know, tonight, DiVincenzo was 8 for 11 from the three-point line. So,
yeah, I mean, DiVincenzo has been awesome. I thought we made Lillard uncomfortable. I mean, maybe, you know, Lillard missed a couple threes he'd usually make, and he got to the line. He still got his points there, but you know, if you can make Lillard uncomfortable like that, and just, you know, we put a couple different guys on him. I mean, if we're going to beat the Bucks in a series, I'm not trying to get far ahead. It's going to have to be, yes, we got to make the threes, and Brunson has to have a monster series, but it has to look like that, Sim, with the defense against the Bucks.
Yeah, no doubt
that's how we're going to beat the Bucks.
Nah, I feel you. That's without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Play defense, and the other stuff will come.
Let me ask you this last question on Bogey. Do you think – I mean, to me, this is what I thought we were getting from Detroit. Like, to me, he's starting to come out of a shell a little bit here.
I hope so, because the Knicks need him. They need him. They need his ability to score. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and using him, you know, especially with the Knicks being, you know, small, you know, playing with small guards, for a good portion of the game. You need his size out there, and his ability to score with having size just helps the Knicks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
definitely
mean, like,
hoping that he's coming out of his shell, and we're gonna see Bogey, start to light some things up even more. 16 points tonight for Bogdanovich.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like when they screen when he and Brunson screen and he flares off of it, and just, like, again, anything I can do to open up the floor, because as I do think Jalen Brunson's actually becoming even much, much better off the blitz. Like, I think he's starting to even the more this is, I think this is good, Sim, the way they're blitzing now, because it's going to prepare him for the playoffs when they're going to go crazy and blitzing and getting out of his hands, because they don't want Brunson to kill the game.
Right.
And I like these little picks with Dante. I like the picks with Bogey. Like, just space the floor for Brunson, because Brunson, to me, he's going to find you.
Yeah, he'll find you. He'll find you, especially out of those double teams. I mean, we got the right scheme. You know what I'm saying? Those high double teams coming, we got somebody flashing to the middle with shooters in the corner. That's the right scheme, and it's hard to stop when you're able to, when people actually flash to the middle of that zone, because basically you got to play a zone once you start trapping out high.
Yeah.
Once people start flashing there, you're finding the cutters, and then they're kicking it out or they're taking a shot that's available. It's you got to fall back off of that trap.
Exactly. And I'll leave you with this. Brunson can wreck the game. Everybody talks about his scoring. He's the best little guy scorer since Allen Iverson. I mean, look, I think Brunson, he had 8 assists tonight, Sam. If they're going to blitz him like that, if Brunson can wreck the game with his passing too, at this level that I'm seeing the last couple games, where he's just able to find guys just smooth and they're just making threes off of it. Obviously, guys got to make shots. I'm aware. I understand that. But, like, I think Brunson's becoming a better passer a little bit. I'm not trying to get crazy, because obviously I need his scoring, especially with Randall out. I'm not crazy, Sam. But I'm just saying, if he can wreck the game with his passing and get the assist high, that could really change my opinion on this team. That's all I got. But it was a great one.
Spree, appreciate it, brother.
All right, man.
All right, peace.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks, ladies and gentlemen, they're struggling. They've lost 6 of their last 7, 6 in a row. They're struggling towards the end of the season. 28 points from Giannis Antetokounmpo, 28 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists, that is, from Giannis. 24 points from Bobby Portis, 23 from Damian Lillard. Brook Lopez had 13 points. Nobody else really did much else for the Bucks. And they're top heavy. They're not deep. Chris Middleton ended up going out of the game, right? But, this team doesn't seem to be very deep, and they're struggling. Tony, what's up? What do you think about the Bucks, man? Will they keep falling? And they got a tough schedule down the stretch.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna do it. I was gonna spoil one of the Losers Lounge comments, but they worried. They
gotta be.
You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, Doc Rivers, it's almost like a black cloud. You know what I mean? Because they fired the coach at 13-12, I believe, or 33-12, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what I mean? Like, and it hasn't been the same since, and not in a good way.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know.
Tonight, Bobby Portis, I think he was their best player. When they had the lead, anytime we got it to like 6, he hit a 3. Boom, back to 9. Another, you know what I mean? Cut it to 5, hit a 3, back to 8. You know what I mean? And then when we got the lead, he was the one bringing them back, hitting them threes. But he seems like the only guy that's like focused on the task at hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna tell you
Dame,
what.
I think Dame still want to go to Miami.
Oh, they've lost 4 in a row. I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought they lost 6 in a row. They lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, tonight was the 4th.
Okay, it was 6 and 7. 6. They've lost 6 of 7, but for some reason I thought they said they lost 6 in a row. But the Bucks, man, they play Boston next. Who knows what's going to happen with that game? Because Boston could be sitting people, right? I mean, Boston is 62-16. They've run away with the East. They don't have to play guys. All right, but they played Milwaukee, who is battling to try to get that second seed, right? Because right now, they play Orlando. Orlando is battling to get the second seed.
So they played them twice?
They played them twice down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
They play Orlando twice, and they play OKC. Right? Two teams still fighting for playoff position. And, like right now, OKC is battling to be the second seed. Shoot, they might be battling to be the first seed in the Western Conference still. Right? They're just one game behind Denver and a half game behind Minnesota for the second or first seed in the Western Conference. And then, of course, Orlando's the third seed in the Eastern Conference and just one game behind Milwaukee, right? So depending on what happens the next game, if Orlando beats Milwaukee, let's say they both win the next game, and then Orlando beats Milwaukee, well, now they have a tied record. You know what I mean? I don't know what the tiebreaker is between the two right now, but Orlando's
between who?
Between Orlando and Milwaukee. I don't know what that tiebreaker is. You know what I'm saying? But Orlando's going to have two chances to knock Milwaukee off and move up into that second spot. You know they got their eyes on it. You know what I mean? So Milwaukee's got a super tough schedule down the stretch of the season. And listen, it wouldn't be, with the way that they're playing and the games that they have left, I can see them dropping down to the fourth or fifth seed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they clinched the 6. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the
exactly.
they could fall.
Right. They're clinched. They're in the playoffs. There's no doubt about that. They're in the playoffs. But I could see it happening. I mean, if they drop all 4 of them, and I know this ain't a Buck show, but
that was the comment right there. So that I was.
I know this ain't a Buck show, but damn, Doc, like, if I don't know, Doc, if they fall off this season, he's probably still there maybe next season, but pretty soon Doc won't be able to get a job.
I was just gonna say, this might be the one that ends all that. Well, let's get Doc.
Right.
Let's bring Doc in.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like this might be the one that makes him have to sit down for a couple years, and not get no offers.
It's crazy. Big shout out to Ghost Rider. Thank you for the super chat. He says, salute, gentlemen. Let's snatch that third seed for good. Yeah, I mean, it's there. You know what I'm saying? The possibilities are there. Right now, we're tied with Orlando for the third seed. It's just they have the tiebreaker, and it just shows you how important those early season matchups are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially when you're playing conference and division rivals to win those games. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It is what it is. We lost them, but we still got a chance to get that third seed, which is super important to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it keeps you out of the line of Boston, I believe.
Yeah, second or third.
Keeps you out of the line of Boston, until the Eastern Conference Finals, Caller, you're live. Name me where you're from, please. Hey, yo, my man, you there? Missed out on him. Get him back later. Yeah. What's your thoughts on the remainder of the schedule for the Knicks, though? Can they run it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we could win those games we lost the past 3 out of 4 games. So I mean, we can. I think the good news is, we got OG back. Mitch is looking like Mitch again a little bit. You know what I mean? This was his best game back. So as long as the growth continues, and to say that, man, the things that Tibbs preach, if they do those things, and put themselves in position to win a game down the stretch, they could not necessarily have their best shooting performances and still be in games.
Right.
But the way Brunson's playing right now, DiVincenzo, I mean, we looking like a lot of guys are gelling. I think the X factor right now, especially with Randall obviously not coming back, is can Bogey be consistent?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because if he
without a
could be
doubt.
consistent, he's going to take care of the non-Brunson minutes and have an opportunity to be another shooting threat on the floor with Brunson at times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real. Let me get to a caller. Caller, you're live. Name and where you're from, please.
It's me again. Did you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
All right, man. What's going on, Sim and the other guy? How y'all doing?
Good, man. We chilling. How you feeling? And that's Tony. That's Tony Crow.
Nah, it was Moses, man. Look, what I was saying is this. I'm like, this is a surprise win. Like they went into Milwaukee, they beat. The fact that they was able to go into Milwaukee and win. I mean, that tells you that anything can happen at any given night.
Right.
And I wanted to say this, like, I don't know if you was listening, but Stephen A. Smith was like, how Stephen A. Smith was like, damn, like we had a chance to go to the conference. What's your thoughts on that? But unfortunately, because of the injuries, these random injuries, they don't see it happening.
I mean, listen, depending on where the Knicks fall in the seeding, I mean, Milwaukee's the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference right now. The Knicks just beat them without Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
If they can avoid
I
Boston,
agree.
and I know there's people out there in the chat that's like, I don't care who we play, da-da-da. Well, I'm just being real. Boston is tough to beat, especially without Julius Randle. If we can avoid Boston and then take our chances against Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, that's what I would like to see. And so I think if we get in a bracket that does not include Boston, yeah, the Knicks have a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because look at it. Milwaukee, Orlando, the Knicks, everyone's jumbled up. And beating each other, knocking each other off. And the Knicks are doing it without Julius Randle. So I do believe if they get into a bracket that does not include Boston, we could make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I see Kevin say, here we go again, avoiding Boston. Yeah, but I ain't going front. Yeah. I know the Knicks might not be worried about avoiding Boston, but I am.
Yeah, I am too. But the thing is that like when the postseason comes, another team that, that's scary, people don't understand, is Miami. For some reason, they turn it up in the playoff, And like what you think about if we get the 3rd seed, which I'm hoping they do, right? And I feel like if they would have won the other games, they would have been in the 3rd seed. But however, you got to move forward. But let's say if they move into the 3rd seed and they play Indiana, I still believe they could beat Indiana if they focus. Your thoughts on that?
We could beat anybody.
Yeah, but also, I hope they make it to the Eastern Conference. You understand? Just hope OG can stay healthy. Mitch to stay healthy, and Bogdanovich, just come off the bench and do what he's doing, and the rest of the guys can be consistent. And, and once we do that, and then, like you said, let's try to get the 3rd seed. I don't know if New York is aware of that, but they got to start playing hard. I mean, they got to go beat Chicago. They got to get revenge from Chicago again. Right. You understand? We play in Chicago, so we got to go out there and destroy them this time.
Yeah. We play Chicago twice. We play Chicago twice over the next 4 games.
Yeah, we can't play around. We got to really start winning games. And then when we get to the 3rd seed, hopefully Orlando, lose some games. And I don't see Milwaukee going to the finals again anyway, because Doc Rivers is there, and I heard the chemistry's not working good. So, hopefully we just need to win games, get in a 3rd seed, avoid Boston, and then we still can make it to the Eastern Conference. If we make it to the Eastern Conference, and that would give us a idea of how to play Boston. Because remember, we never played. I don't think we never played Boston when OG was healthy, Mitch was there. So I just wanted to say that hopefully we can avoid Boston, and possibly go to the third round.
Right.
But don't count Milwaukee out, but because the playoff time they get tougher. Miami get tougher, so and this keeps our prayers up, man. That's all I wanted to say.
Nah,
and this offseason, get rid of one last thing. This offseason, if I'm Leon Rose, please do not resign Burks. That's why I said, we should have kept him and Grimes here.
Burks ain't gonna be resigned. I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, we should have never got rid of Grimes, because at least Grimes could have came off.
Yeah, but Bogdanovich wouldn't be here if you didn't get rid of Grimes either.
And I think he still would have.
I don't know. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but for all intents and purposes, you could have just kept Evan Fournier in.
Oh, but Evan Fournier had problems with Tibbs. I mean, but Evan Fournier's situation, he wasn't giving nothing to the team.
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is, at that point, I don't know if Detroit wouldn't have said, yeah, we'll just take Evan Fournier for Bogdanovich. I don't know if they would have done that. So, we
would have had to give draft capital.
Yeah, draft capital, and I think the Knicks saving that for a big move. But yeah. But anyway,
yeah, man. It's nice talking to you.
Appreciate you, most.
Like I said, just hope that we can avoid Boston. That's all.
I feel you. Not everybody in the chat agrees. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I dig it. I'm just a realist. Boston is tough to beat. So the toughest team to beat, I want to play last. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Boston is tough to beat, and yeah. That's how I see it. I don't know. That's why I see it. That to me, that just gives us the best chance to get to where we want to go. Walter White, thank you for the super chat. Definitely appreciate it. He said, Milwaukee versus Orlando twice. The losers drop to the fourth as long as we handle our business. As long as we handle our business. No doubt about it. Got to handle our business, man. And we did that tonight with a big win over the Bucks. Tony, I'm gonna get up out of here because I know things. I can hear things going on upstairs. Guys probably can't hear it, but I can hear it. I can hear things happening, even though they're supposed to be sleeping. You know what I'm saying? What's just any last words, anything before we get out of here?
Let's close out the season strong.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Let's close it out strong. Let's close it out strong, no doubt. Folks, I guess we'll connect, so we could talk about doing the Lucis Lounge tomorrow. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here. My grandpop's duty. You know what I mean? We'll talk, we'll figure out Lucis Lounge tomorrow. And yeah, we'll get with you. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Nick.